Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Streaming Card Consciousness. I am Mark Ford, and as always, joined by my friend and my brother up in the Panhandle, Greg Smith. How you doing today, Greg?
Nervous, Mark. We've got our home opener today. Uh, Man, last week was not good with Miami. Playing New England today, the arch nemesis. Tua's 9-0 against them, or 10-0, or something like that. So I'm hoping we have an arrest-free win today at Hard Rock
Tired.
Stadium. So we'll see. How, how are you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. This
Yeah,
is yeah, we had a little snafu to start, so we're firing up again here this morning. But yeah, I'm doing good. Everything's well. School's going good. The Bills had an improbable win, and the Jets will play them tough today, but they're off and running.
man, that day after that Bills game, so I'm sitting there, it's 40-25. There's like 6 minutes left in the game, and I just stopped watching. I'm like, all right, this is over. And apparently, according to the results, I missed 6 minutes of really crazy good football.
Yeah,
So
it was wild. It was
moral
definitely
of the
wild.
story, you never really give up on a team unless they're down like 70-0. And then
Yeah.
yeah, so
I was like I was like one play away from going to bed for a long time. So I gotta get up at 4:30 in the morning to go to school, And so I was like one play away for about 45 minutes. And
yeah.
that play never happened. They kept in it. So
Right.
they had a
Yeah, and then
chance.
Henry fumbles and y'all were in business.
I
But
stayed in it. Probably one more play, one more play. If this goes sideways, I'm going to bed, and it never happened. So it was good.
well, I can tell you this much. I got this to look forward to. We play New England today, and then we play you guys in 4 days from now.
Yeah,
So
Thursday night. Yeah.
that should go really well
Yeah. It's
for
well,
us.
crazy.
Oh, one more thing about the Dolphins, man. So two games in, we got our two guys that protect Tua's blind side are on IR already.
I see that.
So yeah, this I stay safe, Tua. Anyway, what you got for cards of the week, man?
I have one card of the week, and shout out to Lark Mountain Auction in Pennsylvania. I got this 1957
Oh
Ted.
yeah,
Let me take it out of the plastic here, man. So yeah, I got a bunch of other stuff, but I've been hunting that bad boy. And
that is a great card.
yeah, the
I think
corners are, yeah, it's a little chewed up, but the meat of the card, the center, that's nice. There's no creases
yeah.
or the color's good. So, and
That's his last card that he's on by himself, right? I think so.
58. I don't like 58 because he's got like a dopey hat on it, and it's like
Oh,
really
so he does have a regular
silver.
58. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got a 58 card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it though. That's one of
No.
the more cheap ones, but this is cool. That's iconic.
Yeah, 57's a great set. 58's hit or miss. The colors are cool, but
Hmm.
some of the photos are terrible. But I don't know. Yeah, I need to get myself a regular Ted Williams card. I've got that one that I got from you with Klazuski on it,
Hmm.
the Sluggers,
Yeah.
from 58. But I don't have any regular. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
the
That's on my
58s
list.
are the 58 regular, the 58 All-Star are affordable. This
Yeah.
one generally is not, but
Right.
this is always, even in this condition, is triple digits, 100 or more. Um,
Wow.
to full disclosure, I got that for 43 bucks. So
That's a score, man.
yeah,
That's a
man,
score.
I was
Well,
excited.
now, do you want to talk about your tonnage at all? I saw your sale last night.
Tonnage is
That was
gone.
smash.
Yeah, tonnage in, tonnage out. That was quick. So I was able to hit some boxes and some jumbo pack Fleer and
Why don't I
pack.
stop you there though? We'll talk about the whole sale in just a minute. How about
Yeah.
that?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's my card of the week, and was just looking through some slabs again, and this is a 1999 Topps season opener, Ricky Williams. So
Nice.
I'm doing this as cards of the week to send
Karma.
my Dolphins some positive vibes. So
Karma.
Ricky Williams, a meteor for Miami for about 3 years, and then he quit in training camp on us. So I gave his jersey away to some little kid who wanted it, and then he came back, and I was sad because I didn't have a Ricky jersey. So I have one now. Yeah, so I don't wear it very often, but um, Ricky Williams, some mojo to the Dolphins today. We need it, so we'll see what happens. But um, let's get into what we want to talk about. We'll go with you first because I've got some things I want to say about some events that have happened this week, and not in a political way, just in
Mhm.
kind of a general observation way. So let's talk about your sale a little bit.
Yeah.
You had the tonnage, everything went great,
That was
and
good
then
stuff. And people that know me know my sales are eclectic and wild, and you never know what you're gonna get. And I'm in it to have a good time. So yeah, I went good, sold everything basically. In response to, so there was a sale on vintage fire sales. I'll put it up, the picture of the card, but basically the guy's saying, oh, he's like the low price king, and he has to talk to the finance manager, and am I allowed to sell these cards this cheap? And he's just really going on and on and on, and like,
yeah,
it's like, he's like a car salesman or something, or it just was effing. It was mind numbing, The guy was
yeah,
just stroking it, like, a lot of self-flagellation going on. And then he leads out with like, "Am I crazy? $40 Ryan Sandberg rookies, like 83 tops. Like, you're the low price king, dude."
yeah,
And are you kidding me? He also had like 200 W's, which led me to the mindset of the more W's you have, the shittier the sale is. That's generally my opinion, my observation, but we'll get to that in a second. So I was determined. So in the tonnage, again, I look at what I paid for everything. I don't look at everything individually. So I did really good on some Nolan Ryan cards. So I said, F it, man. I'm gonna let some 81 Ryans fly for 50 cents. And I did, in
yeah,
response to like, who's the low price king, right? Who's the man? And I didn't
right,
talk shit. I didn't farm W's. I don't farm W's. I don't care if I get one W. It doesn't matter. I think I had like three W's and two people like to sell, sold everything.
right.
So,
Well, for
mhm.
context, folks, we kind of roam around on Facebook card groups, and the main one we go is Vintage Fire Sales, um, and W's. I I'm I don't farm W's, but what I do, I have a lot of regulars. So I'll announce a sale about 2 hours ahead of time to give everybody a chance to see the tag, to get
Mhm.
their ducks in a row. If they're holding something, they'll have time to see it. Because I've had people message me say, "Man, you started that too quick. I wasn't ready. I didn't even see it."
Yeah.
So it's not that I'm farming W's, and I totally get where you're coming from because
Mhm.
you bring it and you sling it.
Yeah.
It's gone.
I'm
You
like,
know,
it's a dance party, man. We just started out. It's a rave. It's happening. Everybody take their ecstasy. Let's freaking go. You
right,
know. So I mean, it's like
right,
a pop. That's my thing, and I get that's my. I'm not critical of people that do that, but don't like come at me because that's my thing. Like because I don't care. I just don't.
right,
I don't. I don't care. I'm in it to have a good time, and that's my fun.
right,
We have a good
right.
time.
And there's absolutely. I think it's the people, and for the record, a W is when somebody's watching your sale.
Mhm.
So in theory, they're supposed to be able to get notifications, which doesn't really work
And
anymore.
people get frustrated. I get messages. I get it. I'm sorry, people.
Yeah,
I'm not, and,
right.
and this is the thing. I don't tag people ever.
Yeah,
And I don't message people that's coming up ever. I got two people, they'll remain nameless, that I give the heads up to, but they're family, they're close. I
right,
don't farm W, so when I get approved, I say sale starts in 20 minutes. Sale starts in a half hour. I might have three or four watchers, and I might have a couple likes, and everything sells, and the people that are the watchers or the people that are likers, they don't gobble everything up. But my mindset, and this is to be very honest, people, is nothing aggravates me more personally than when one person goes in to sell, well, me, my, claim, 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 all. What's the effing point?
right,
It's not a sell then. It's just a fucking orgy for that one person of cardboard. And it's not any fucking fun you know
right,
and so that aggravates me. I don't want that in my sales. I do not want that. So if hey, giant cardboard buyer, sell well, and there's only four or five in the group that buy and sell everything, I'm
right.
having to sell. What about the other 28,000 freaking people in the group? You know what I mean? Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah.
Like
Of course.
if I tag, giant number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it just to me it's no fun, man. And I
Right.
had a lot of new faces last night, but then some jackass come in and started
Well,
malting up.
let's talk about that a little bit. Let's kind of segue into the comment you got on your post, because you make it a point to let people know that you're not going to be farming
Right.
W's. You're
So
not waiting for people to watch a sale, and then you've got and you can name him if you want. If
Oh,
not,
sure. It's Rusty Obudu. I don't know.
right,
Obuchowski. Rusty. Hi, how you doing? I told you you might want to watch the show. So I just said to myself, I'm not a W farmer. Don't care about them sales. Start at 8:20 p.m. And I'll put some of these screenshots up. And I think people know that I'm truthful and I'm not full of shit. So then this other dude chimes in. He shall remain nameless. Right. I have yet to sell here, but I don't understand the W thing. It's like no need to tease. Just list your cards. And then
right,
I said, I find the more W's, the worse the sale. Like the better the yard sale sign, generally the sale is terrible. Like in Western New York, when I lived up there, man, you'd have an ass-kicking sign for a yard sale, and you show up and you're like, oh my God. And you'd have something
right,
written on cardboard, like with the letters backwards and misspelled, like yard sale, and you're
yeah,
just jamming.
right,
So then Rusty chimes in. "Mm, Again, there's no need to do this, people. This is my cell. This is Sal. This isn't a
yeah,
political forum. So I get not liking it, but it's for the algorithm. If you get W's, it means more people have engaged and we'll see when others engage. The algorithm. It just think you want to see what you, mind you, what use, already engaged in. It's actually a good use of it for hobbies like cards. However, I mean, my mind's spinning already. You follow me, people? We're going to continue. All right. However, it's a huge part of why this country is divided. Rusty, what the fuck does cardboard have to do with why the country is divided? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Get it the F out of my cell with that shit. And especially coming at me. Hello, you see what's on my effing arm? Right? The rainbow. UDFC. Never surrender. I teach at a fucking alternative school, bro. All right?
Oh, you're feeling it
Okay?
today,
You gonna
man.
drop that shit in my cell? You gonna come at me? Me, defender of freedom,
Right.
right? Freaking get the fuck out of here, Rusty. And it just goes on.
Oh, Mark
Continue.
is on
Basically, you
a.
put yourself in an echo chamber. Good
All
luck
right.
on your sale tonight. Look forward to seeing some great cards. Well, Rusty, you goddamn well saw some great cards, didn't you?
Yeah, they were all gone by the time he circled back
Yeah.
around, I bet.
And then with that said, my W is unique to me. And I put my, yeah. And then I said, Rusty, I did all right. I did okay. I sold everything. All right. I've been at this a long time. I think I had two W's. I also don't tag people. I honestly could care less what other sellers do, but since we are elaborating, and then I just basically said what I said. If you tag people, especially the Giants, they have a tendency to gobble everything up, claim all, gimme, 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 mine. I don't like that. And you may feel that my lack of W's limits engagement, and I am in some type of divisive echo chamber. That's me, Mr. Divisive Echo Chamber. I find quite the opposite. People find myself organically in the 4 or 5 giants on this page that buy and sell everything aren't generally in my sales. I was at a loss with what to talk about on our podcast this week. Thank you for giving me plenty of subject matter to discuss. I'll send you the link when it is out, and you can damn well bet I will. So thank you, Rusty. And then
You know,
he come back at me, and it just goes on and on and on. Like, bro, come on.
oh, there's more. There's more now. I'm gonna
Oh,
have to
there's
read
more.
that.
Awesome. I'm glad I can give you something to work with. Yeah, thanks, Rusty. Appreciate it, man. Loving you on a Sunday morning. I'm the type that just loves to find my sales. Well, do you want W's, tags, or you want to find it organically? You're confusing me. I love the card community. They're a bunch of great people. I understand a lot are trying to make money. I do W because it's my decision to say I want to be a part of this when it starts. Now it just goes on and on and on. I just whatever, man. So
Oh well,
on with it. I'm sorry, MA17, but don't come
yeah,
at the
yeah,
vision.
you've, yeah.
I don't fucking care. I mean,
The YouTube censors are gonna have a field day with this one.
good.
I don't, Rusty's bought some stuff for me. He's nice. He's nice enough, dude. He's a Cowboys fan, so that probably explains a lot of this. You know, that's a wild take. That your stance on W's or no W's is a micro is an example of the country being divided.
Hmm.
What in an echo chamber? I mean
Yeah.
that's somebody who comes at a lot of debates with that already predetermined that this is going to be a divisive thing, and that just blows my mind that he would take that there. I don't understand that, but you know, I'm anxious to read what else he wrote. That
Yeah, go ahead, go on my cell, check it out. I'm just it goes on and on and on. It's like a manifesto.
Right, right.
So
You know,
so for those that don't know, okay, so let me clarify because we do get a lot of new, and I'm just kicking it here. Look at me sitting on the bed, chilling, having a good time. But ultimately, I really don't care about any of the other stuff. But when you come at me personally, like I'm some kind of divisive figure, I mean, you can kiss my ass because that's not it at all. For those that don't know, I teach at an alternative charter high school for at-risk students. It's 87.8% black and brown. 48% live below the poverty line. And how do I know all these statistics? But I spent a year and a half studying my school in my pursuit to become a principal. I have a master's degree in academic administration, a bachelor's degree in communications, and in homeland security. Homeland security, say what? If you follow my social media, you would see the flag that flew in the desert off of my nephew's helicopter while he was kicking the shit out of terrorists and defending our freedom. And that hangs in my room along with my homeland security degree. And so to come at me like I'm a divisive influence, it's not going to happen. I am not. People are entitled to their own opinions. We can have different opinions. We can feel differently about things as long as you portray that respectfully. Which I don't care if you're on the right, if you're on the left, if you're on planet F and Mars. People are people, right here. Rainbow,
right.
unity, never surrender, get along. So to come
Well,
at me like I'm some kind of divisive dude because I don't like the W's.
well, and that kind of leads me to where I wanted to talk a little bit about, this whole deal that's kind of reared its ugly head this week with divisiveness and how divided our nation is and things like that. I mean, I think we've had controversial things happen as long as I can remember, Mark. I mean, you and I are about the same age.
Yeah.
Stuff like this has gone on for decades. Assassinations, things like that. And not to get too political, but I mean, it's going to continue to happen. And I think part of what the divisiveness is just social media. People are bored. Everybody thinks they're right.
Mhm.
And back before social media, you didn't really have a pulpit to tell everybody how right you thought you were. So you didn't see all this negative, just swirling pile of shit just all the time. And I think that's really contributed to a lot of what's going on in this country is it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. Um, Going into the argument itself just is divisive in and of itself. Why do people have to argue everything? I don't understand it. I don't get why people feel the need to chime in on everything. Take care of your flock. Take care of your people.
Exactly.
You know, I don't get it. I purposely avoid trying to talk to people that I know about this kind of stuff because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me. I'm happy. My family's happy. That's really what you you look at yourself in the mirror every morning and say, okay, I'm not going to be a dick today. you know so I don't know, people just can't help themselves, and it's really, really discouraging. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think social media is
Oh, definitely.
contributing to
Social
this?
media. Maybe the hysteria and the look at me and everybody has, like you say, everybody has an opinion, and everybody's opinion and feeling matters. It does. But what
Sure.
people fail to realize, and whether you're right, left, red, blue, brown, black, purple, whatever, um, I'm gonna pull this out being crazy. If you have an opinion, it matters. Your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions, they matter. They are valid, but they are not facts. Facts are one and one equaling two.
Right.
So I feel, somebody is the greatest player of all time. You cannot prove that. It's a feeling, but you can prove how many touchdown passes they threw. You can prove how many home runs they hit, if that makes sense. So when it comes to politics, it's very hard to find fact, like the factuality of it all. There's a lot of
Right.
feeling, there's a lot of rhetoric, there's very little empirical evidence. Here's teacher Ford now talking. You hear me, people? You're like in room six right now. So there's very little empirical evidence. And empirical evidence you can't argue. You cannot
Right.
argue it. It is factual, it exists. Feelings and opinions are not. And so people spend time trying to prove their feelings and their opinions are facts, which are not. Regardless of how misguided I may think you are, that's the way you feel about it. And there's nothing wrong with it. But
Right.
don't go killing people. Don't go raping people. Don't go beating people. Don't go being a pain in the ass. Don't be spouting off hate. Don't be, regardless of where you fall. Just try
Right.
to be the best you can be. All right.
Right. Right. Yeah, absolutely. I think both, again, I'm right, left, back forth, whatever you want to say. If you people can take any kind of empirical evidence too, Mark, and shape it the way they want to.
Yep.
And I think that happens a lot too. They take stuff that is actually facts and kind of shape it to fit whatever agenda or narrative they're trying to
Yeah, shoot
do.
on that. I had that happen this week in Florida. They're cutting teachers because enrollment's down. Because just to be blunt and honest, it's because of the illegal, people getting deported or whatever. So
Yeah,
enrollment's down in our county, 6,600. So people are losing their jobs, and people are getting reassigned. So they're getting reassigned to where the vacancies exist. But they come on the news, oh, yeah, 120 teachers are getting fired, losing their job. No, 120 teachers are being reassigned. So they
right,
may not like the fact that they are going to a different school or they're going to a different job, but they still have a job. But the news comes out and says, oh, they're losing. No, they're not losing their job. They're getting reassigned to cover vacancies, and there's no new hiring. So that's what people lose. They lose the fact that there's a hiring freeze, true, but these 120 teachers did not lose their job. They have
right.
the option of saying, I'm out of here, or they
Yeah,
can go to the new school, or they can go to cover.
reassign or go home.
All right.
Right.
Oh, that's a perfect example.
That's dangerous, man. That's just
Mhm.
dangerous
And it's
for
all lost. And I read the story, but people, and again, when they say, and I know from, our soccer team doing social media, being a social media director for years and years and years, doing this show, if you don't get people's attention the first 15 seconds, you lose it. But also, they only pay attention for about 30 seconds. So the average person is not going to read that whole story. They're going to see that massive bold headline about 120 teachers losing their jobs and enrollment being down. And they don't get down to the very last end of it where it says, oh, they're being assigned to fill vacancies. So,
right. Right. Yeah, and that's and don't think for one second the media doesn't know that.
mhm,
So I took journalism in college. You want
sure.
to grab people with a headline. Even back then when people had attention spans, the headline matters. And if the headline shapes the narrative that the media outlet wants, the rest of the story is lost and people, store it away in, whatever segment of their brain it goes to, and that shapes their opinion. And that's just people need to think for themselves and quit worrying so much about what everybody else is doing and kind of take stock of what you're doing and look in the mirror and say, you know what? Do I need to feel like this? Probably not. Do I need to hate this other person because they feel this way? Probably not. Just be a good person. That's bottom line. That's really what matters. So
All
I
right.
don't know, man.
And you can see how it becomes a flashpoint, no different. You just rewind here 10 minutes ago with me. The guy piles on me out of the blue for no good gosh darn reason. And, I flipped my shit for about 5 minutes, but I was able to regain my sanity and get back to calm, centered Mr. Ford,
Right.
Everybody has
Right.
that ability.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
It seems
uh,
like some people choose not to use it though.
mhm.
And or maybe they don't realize it, or
It's
maybe
understandable.
as people get older or society moves more towards this fragmented communication existence, this is how this is going to be, but it really sucks.
And I know a lot of this doesn't really translate to the copy and the cardboard, but it does because
Right.
this is my fun, and when I don't want to do it, and it becomes, I can see how that fringe element is everywhere because I have it in myself. So me and Greg laugh about it here. People, it's not a joke. I really question like the mental acuity of these people and if they're really legitimately disturbed because this cell has been great, but generally speaking, every week I have two or three people that some of the things are concerning, and it's through a hobby. So imagine how are these people navigating real life relationships and jobs when I'm just, flipping some cardboard, and
Right.
it's concerning behavior.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
weird.
I mean, we represent a segment of the society that has different people in it too. So I mean, you're going to get your flakes and your weirdos, and I mean, it's you're right. I haven't had nearly as many examples of this in my sales as you
It's a nightmare.
have.
No,
It's
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 crazy.
uncanny. We talk
Yeah.
about that a lot on the show, man. But there's people are individuals, and there's idiosyncrasies, and people are weird, and people are people are cool, and there's the whole spectrum even in cardboard. So
Right.
every once in a while you're going to run into it. And Rusty's not a bad guy. I don't want everybody to think that, but I mean, for him to take that and turn it into some kind of politically divisive comment, that really doesn't make any sense. And I don't know.
No,
Maybe
and
he's
again, I stand by what hey,
yeah,
I'm Mark Ford, and I stand by what I do and say, and I have no problem putting something out there in public. And if somebody wants to come at me, I've offered so many people the opportunity to openly debate and to come on the show, and not
right,
one. I say, hey, you want to come on the show?
right.
So, I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I
Maybe you
love
should ask
hearing
Rusty if he wants to
different.
come
I
on the show.
love hearing different opinions. That's why my kids at school. I like. Oh, really? Okay. All right. Enlighten me. Let's talk about this. So I like different. We're supposed to be different, as I just said. We're not meant to be the same. So I like to hear other things and
Right.
theories, but don't come at like I'm some kind of divisive person, and don't bring all that fascism bullshit in here because that ain't me, people. I would give my life for every one of my kids at that school.
Well, I
You
know
know
you
that,
wouldn't. And
right?
hey,
Okay. Well, I would
Mark,
give.
I know you, and I know that you're about as anti-divisive as it gets.
Right.
So I know
They
why it's such
black,
a nerve with
they
you.
brown, they yellow, they gay, they straight, they legal, and they're illegal. And I tell you what, I would die for every one of them. So don't
Right.
come at me. That's
Right.
all I
Yeah.
say on
That
that.
that that's definitely something that would strike a nerve with somebody that is like
Yeah.
you. So I
Right.
get it, man. I read that and I was shook my head. I was like, what? So I don't know, man. Do you want to? We can talk about this for hours.
Oh, enough, man. This is like the most radical show we've had.
Right, right.
It was good, man. It was
I do
real.
have
We're
one more
real.
card of the week. I do have one more card of the week that I
Okay, let's
picked.
get back to baseball cards, people.
Right. 84 Donruss George Brett PSA 6.
Nice. Folly of Man. The beauty.
Why? 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 I don't know. So Bills, who you got? You got the Jets this week?
Yeah, we got the Jets. I like Buffalo by 9. And a struggle.
Nine.
9
Is
minute
it? Is it
struggle.
in? Well, I
In
was
New
just gonna
York.
say,
In
is
New
it in
York.
New York? But they're
Yeah.
both in New York. Is it by the lake or in the city?
The Meadowlands. The Meadowlands.
Meadowlands.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I like the Bills by 9.
Now is the Meadowlands still like in the middle of that vacant giant lot?
Yeah, it's a swamp. Yep.
That's a weird place to have a
It is a
stadium.
weird place. That stadium, the new one, is massive. When I was working out there, they were building that thing. That's like twice the size of well, it's like the Bills' new stadium.
Yeah.
Massive. Right, massive.
Yeah. So this is the Bills' farewell to Rich Stadium tour, huh?
Yeah, now they're going to the Meadowlands this week. But yeah, it's the end of the after this year. That's it. They're going across the street. So,
Okay, so it's in the same area, just a different stadium.
hmm
Oh, that's
yeah, it's right
cool.
across the street.
Well, this is a year destiny for you guys, I think, man. It's
I
certainly not
hope
us.
so.
And Mark, I was thinking about this the other day. Basically, ever since you picked Miami to go to the Super Bowl last year, we've sucked. So I want to thank you for
Yeah,
that.
you're welcome. Sorry about that. I really thought they were the team. I thought this season was Buffalo's year, so I'm still sticking with that. But I
Yeah.
like Buffalo and Green Bay. So
Josh Allen's something else, man. Yeah, Green Bay looks really good. Green Bay
yeah,
looks really good. Did you watch the other night? Did Parsons even play?
he was a minor factor, but
Oh, was he?
he's still
Okay.
feeling his way. And I think Kansas City's gonna win like 4 or 5 games. I don't think they're gonna be very good. So
Yeah.
I could
Well,
be wrong, but they
that
remind me of the Bills of the mid '90s that just all of a sudden they just got old and hit the wall, and that was that.
well, the NFL will find a way for the Chiefs to make the playoffs, I'm sure. So
I don't know.
we'll see.
Tough. We'll see what happens today.
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right. Well, people, this was an interesting show. I apologize for being, TVMA, but it's a passionate time and it's people
Yeah,
should have opinions. So,
absolutely. Well, thanks everybody, and whoever you root for, hope they do well, and you know, just everybody try to get along with each other a little bit more than they do right now. It's very concerning what's happening. So
right
we'll
on.
see.
Absolutely. Amen. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.